Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Turmoil Tuesday. Skull. Hope everybody is enjoying their Tuesday. It is hot in the great state of OHIO. It is 90 degrees and it's been a good day, but hot for sure. Hope you guys are staying cool. And we're going to talk about the ugly truth of grid down. Yeah. But first, let's get to the important stuff. My man, Scott Hummer's in the building. Good to see you, Scott. Hope you're having a great day. Donald Hoot, welcome in. Good to see you, my man, the engineer. As he says, Turmoil inbound. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you had a great day today. Rob B's in the place. He said the alarm just sounded. It must be 6 o'clock. Yeah. Good to see you, Rob B. Hope you're having a great day. Butterfly 31, welcome in, welcome in. Have an amazing evening. Thank you for stopping in and hitting that thumbs up. Billy, how are you? How you doing? I know it's probably hot up there. I think I heard you say it's 87. It's a hot evening, absolutely, without a doubt, but we're doing okay. Good to see you. My man, KP Heathens in the building. Good to see you. Do me a favor, KP. Tell Monster I said hello. Hope you had a great day. Welcome in, welcome in. Gnostic Nomad, cooking dinner, and I'll be late to class. Well, that's okay. Dinner always comes first. Excellent video, by the way, Gnostic Nomad. Folks, if you guys have not subscribed to Gnostic Nomad's channel, go check him out. I think the young man's on to something over there, folks. But I'll let you decide that and have your own opinion. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Who else we got in the building here? Eloa Ministries, greetings, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day. Michelle, good to see you as well. Little Lone Prepper's in the building. She says, hey, everybody. Good to see you, Little Lone Prepper. Paper Buttons 19, good to see you. How you doing? How you be? Dave Busby, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Connie Corso is in the house as well. Good to see you, sir. Hope you had a great day today. Hope everything's going well. Loving life. What's going on with your family? Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well up there in New Yorkistan. Are you camping or are you at home today? Yeah, they're always out camping, which is a wonderful thing. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well. My man, Rule 2IC. Good to see you. How you doing? He said, let's go. VP Nation, Ohio. Smash that button, folks. Smash that like button, y'all. Good to see you, Rule. Hope you and the family are doing well. Tom Smith, welcome in. Good to see you. Advert, welcome in. There's my guy, half ready. Mama and them staying cool. I hope so, my brother. Hope everybody doing well. Hope y'all are staying cool down there in the Kakalakis for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Who else we got in the building here? Let's check it out here, y'all, before we dive into tonight's topic. JS Genesis Designs, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you had a great day today. Rob in the Gardens in the building. Good to see you, Rob. How the garden be? Dude, I got 9-foot tomato plants. I had to put up wire mesh above my tomato plants and hang them up so that they can keep on growing and producing tomatoes. Yeah, they got tomatoes all over the place, y'all. Robert Bates, good to see you, my brother. How are you? How are you? Chance is in the building. Ooh wee, he said it's trying to push 100 degrees here. Trying to push 100 degrees here. And one second, y'all. Uh, um, got a call I need to reply to quickly. And yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, chance 100 degrees is 90 here. We 10 away, my brother. 10 away for sure. Who else we got in the building? Anti. Good to see you. How are you? How you be? How's it been? Yeah. God's Blade 300. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Rescues in the building. Good evening, sir. How are you? Skull. And everybody else that came in, I just want to say, joining me tonight on Turmoil Tuesday, the ugly truth of grid down, folks. I know there's a whole bunch of turmoil, see, and everything else going on in the world, but keep in mind that the power grid is going to do a hiccup sooner or later. OVP, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Hope you had a great day today. So let's just talk about this, and we're gonna get into the ugly truth. Okay, I know we all got solar generators and solar panels and gas generators and propane and dual fuel and tri-fuel and all that stuff, but is that enough? I don't know. Yeah, Professor, good to see you. Skull, Rabbit, how are you? Hope you had a great day as well. Um, let's talk about it. So we're gonna walk through some scenarios and have a conversation and do some things or three. Um, okay, grid down. Boom. Day one. Okay. Day one, we, as in us, y'all, me, everybody else in the preparedness community, maybe a little more, are putting plans into action. Doesn't matter if the grid's down for 8 hours a day, whatever. We doing our thing. Cherokee Survival, good to see you. So the grid's down. Boom, power's out. JD, good to see you. How are you? How you been? There is no date for the fall bug out weekend. No date. Yeah, no date. Yeah. So we put our stuff in place day one. No power outage. You got folks making grocery store runs. Keep in mind, grocery stores may or may not have backup power. Am I right? Daryl, good to see you. Welcome in, and everybody else. Day one, grocery stores, no power. Folks are making a mad run. Please, please, please do not get into that mess, that chaos. It could turn out to be detrimental to you or someone you know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They can't accept nothing but cash and they're going to shut down. You're right, Chance. Yeah. Yep. JS Genesis, grid down more than 3 days and our focus should switch to security. There you go. Okay, we're getting there. See, y'all are smart. I appreciate y'all. So, okay, day one, so forth and so on. We're already antennas up, on alert, doing our thing, making, our plans reality. Good to see you, Ed. How you been? How's everything going? Tell Tara I said hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah. And that's the thing, y'all. Grocery stores won't be open if they, if they're accepting cash only, great. If not, they're not going to be open. Folks are going to be looting. Okay. Hospitals. Hospitals have backup generators, but what if the hospital's generators do not work and or kick in? Okay. And if they do have generators, you can best believe they're going to conserve as much energy as they can for life-threatening patients only. Can you imagine having a loved one in the hospital that is on, let's say, a ventilator, waiting for dialysis, something like that? No power. Faith, welcome in. Good to see you. Once the hospitals run out of power, there's going to be people in there that will pass away. Hopefully, nobody's loved ones are there when it happens, because that's the ugly truth. Those in the hospital on life-saving equipment that has no power to run, end of story. Day 3, no power. Police. Do you think, how's the watch commander going to get officers to report when everybody, all the police officers are at home taking care of their families? Okay. Police and fire. Yeah, your state, we could talk nationwide. Doesn't matter, nationwide, your state. We're talking the ugly truth to grit down. And if it starts in one area and trickles down in a domino effect, awesome, awesome, Boone. Congratulations on twin girls. Awesome. We tarry until he comes. Good to see you. JD, welcome in. Welcome in. Exactly. Speaking of that, Baltimore. Glad you brought that up, JD. Baltimore had a power outage. Baltimore Gas and Electric said it is requesting for their customers to conserve electricity. Ended Monday, hours after a substation experienced an unplanned disconnection from the company's power grid. How do you have an unexpected disconnection? Anyway, if y'all want to read about Baltimore, here's a link and you can read about it if you like. If not, there you go. And we shall continue down the path of the ugly truth of grid down. Now, police and fire are not going to respond. Please don't depend on them. Y'all know it. You are your own responder. Okay? So now we've got grid down, fire department. Yep, Robert, nice. If your police station has emergency power, if they do, it's only going to last so long. Just like for those of you and us that have alternative means of power, if you are prepping for your gas generator, you should have enough gasoline and or diesel fuel or propane or however it works for it to power what you need. Yes. So with that, Yardbirds, good to see you. Police and fire, nowhere to be found. Day 5. Technically on day 3, we all should have set up some type of security at home. Okay? So keep in mind, at home, security, whatever that looks like for you, do that. Yep, you're right, Robert. Most public safety facilities have emergency power backup. They do. But if you live in a city, suburb, whatever it may be, you have city utilities. What happens when the substations, the water treatment plants run out of emergency power. The water stops flowing, the toilet stops flushing, the gas stops flowing. Okay? Those are the ugly truths. All utilities that you may be connected to will stop. JS says the government solution to a problem is usually as bad as the problem. Milton Friedman. Exactly. LMD, MT, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Now, you should set up security at your house. Keep in mind, you or your tribe, your mag, whatever, or your family may have to pull 24-hour security, especially at night, to keep you and your property safe at all times. That's the harsh reality. It's going to be very difficult. Exactly, Boone. Right. Police and fire are home helping their own families. Absolutely. Pilgrim, welcome in. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Yeah. Joy, good to see you. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a blessed day. Yep. Exactly, OVP. He said, I think we're going to have a lot of ugly truths over the next year. I'm with you. We are. We truly are, one way or another. But I hope we can get through it. Stealing Tree. He said, Vision, the last few years I've been hearing about a lot of we don't handle that anymore when people call county police. And you know what, Stealing Tree? That does not surprise me because customer service died years and years ago. But now we got to protect our family. We got to protect our property, things like that. Okay. Whatever you use for backup power, make sure it's sustainable, meaning that if you're using gas generators, that you're prepping gas for the long haul, things like that. Okay. Security. Vehicles, you got to do what you got to do. If you got to go somewhere, don't go alone, go in pairs. And I'm going to be honest with you, take some type of protection with you because the crime rate is going to go up. People are going to be in a panic mode. People are going to be scavenging, and all morals and laws go out the window. Rule without law. Yeah, a world, imagine that. So, yep, exactly, JD. When the power plant, waste treatment plant stop popping, you better have a way to stop the sewage from backing up. Hopefully, you got a one-way flow valve in, and that won't happen. Love and Life said grid down will be our next C-19. It's America's glass ankle. Break it and we fall. I agree with you. I agree with you. And I always say, I've always said for the last couple of years, we're going to experience a grid down situation. I don't know if it's going to be nationwide, but it's going to be huge. Yeah, that's right. Smoking Swamp. Tell them. Restock, resupply. Have all those plans in. Yep, exactly, Rescue. The more populated, the more awareness, people get ugly. They do. And the cities are going to crumble. They're going to be in absolute chaos. And I'm not spreading fear porn or fear mongering. We're just talking about reality of a grid down situation. It's going to be uglier than we anticipate. Okay. And I just want folks to think about it and prepare accordingly. Yeah. Yep. And we got to do it, y'all. We have to make sure that us and our loved ones are taken care of and provided for and protected. She said, welcome in, good to see you. And everybody else that came in late, good to see y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. And that's just it, y'all. You're literally going to have to pull 24-hour security at your house, your apartment, whatever. Apartment buildings, the water is going to stop. If I lived in an apartment, immediately when there was a blackout, I would start filling up the bathtubs and all the sinks and all that good stuff with water, because we all know you can only go 3 days without drinking water, plain and simple. Yeah, yep. Um, and that's the thing. We have to do with what we have, plain and simple. But we're going to dive a little deeper, and this is going to get a little darker. So hold on. If you got children in the rooms, you may want to either cover their ears or have them walk away. But no foul language coming out of my mouth, but just what we're talking about. My Renaissance grandma, welcome in, welcome in. So just imagine 2 weeks without power now. Nick Easy, good to see you. 2 weeks without power, folks. People are in panic, okay? You may have to either run out to resupply from a person in your group or make a run to go get water to your water source. And as you're doing that, as I say, do not go by yourself. Go in pairs, three or more if possible, while the home front is still stable and secure. You may come across unalived people laying in the streets. You may witness it. You may witness some type of activity going on that is not good and or normal. Okay? We have to make sure that we're protected, our families are protected. Grid down, I pray it never happens, but you never know. By the way, folks, here's my public service announcement. I highly suggest, first of all, the Roaming Preppers book, Defensive Preparedness, a great book. You can get it on Amazon. There you go. The other book is Bunker Basics by our own Chance Paladin. Buy them. You can get them on Amazon. Rescue said it will be so quiet and still come 2 weeks, depending on where you're at. Back when we were out for 3 to 4 weekends. Yeah. I mean, if you live in the sticks, it's going to be quiet like it always is. Then again, you never know. Jammer WV, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Without power, 2 weeks, gas stations, mass hysteria. And you're going to have people. Yep. Exactly, Scott. Those books are awesome. And Chance, you are more than welcome. That's the thing, y'all. Gas stations are going to become a target because if you, by some chance, rigged up some way, somehow, to pump gasoline out of the fill holes, guess what? Somebody's going to be watching for you. So I guarantee you, if you have that idea, you better take a small group with you to handle the mayhemicness and turmoilcy as you try to get gas out of there. I'm not saying do it. I'm just letting you know what could happen. Also, y'all, we got all rules and things are out the window. It is survival of the fittest. CUCV Farmer, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today, sir. If you're in an apartment building, I highly suggest you make friends with your neighbors and everybody try to secure your building. All entries in. Yeah. Rob in the Garden said, seeing bodies doesn't bother me. Being raised in Miami, Florida, already messed me up. I get it, Rob. And yeah, but there are people, and some in the chat, that have not seen an unalived body. Yeah. That's right, Connie Corso. World without law. Yeah. That's just the yes, they do. Most states have fuel supplies. I know where ours is, and it's on the opposite end of the city. And that right there would have to be a group decision whether we trek to it and do what we need to do. Yeah, exactly. Rescue people were jacking gas from people on Highway 59 coming out of Houston. Be aware, especially if you're trying to get to your bug out location and you're stopped on the highway. You better be able to protect it, because ain't nothing like somebody running up behind you, poking a screwdriver in the gas tank and draining it and on to the next one. Those are the things we got to think about. And yeah. Oh, absolutely, Rule. Grocery stores, pharmacies, sporting goods stores definitely will probably get hit first. They will. Yep. Yep. And Don E, welcome in. Good to see you. Folks, beer juice, welcome in. Good to see you. Yep. So those are some of the things we need to think about. L2 survive, right? Fire stations have vehicles with huge water tanks. Not all of them will go home with firefighters. Just something to think about. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you have to source water and you don't know where, I highly suggest everybody buy a Silcock key, so that if you find a building and you see that, do what you got to do. You can get them at any of the big box stores. They're about $10. Um, but the thing is, y'all, it's going to be total chaos after 2 weeks, if not sooner. Yep. Oh, absolutely, LMD. When the looting starts, I'm not even going nowhere near public access stores until we get secured and locked down here. And when we do roll out, we're going to roll out in a group. Yeah. Yep. Get a water bob for your bathtub. That's right, Ghost Lincoln. Yes. If you live in an apartment or a house, doesn't matter. Get a water bob for the bathtub. Put that water bob in and turn the faucets on and fill it up in your bathtub. And if you have more than one bathtub, please get more than one water bob. Fill up both tubs, folks. Yes, Rob, Silcock key. I don't mine's in my truck. It's a 4-pronged key that if you go to buildings, they don't have, the handles for the spigots. But if you put the Silcock key in, it'll turn the water on. And trust me, there's water in the pipes, folks, that's just sitting there. You can use your Silcock key to open it up, fill up your containers. You can then go boil it, disinfect it, do whatever you need to do, but you got water. Yes, Silcock keys. Absolutely. It's a 4-pronged adapter that has 4 different sizes on it that'll fit all Silcock keys that are out there. Matter of fact, I may do a video on that and just go out to locations and show y'all what a Silcock key will fit, what it looks like for the faucets of buildings that the fire department uses for, to hook up to and things like that. Yeah. But yeah, Silcock keys are great. Half Ready said any place that has a fuel repository will be a death funnel. That's right. If you know where it is, I guarantee someone else knows also. You need major firepower to protect that supply. Absolutely, and I agree with you 1,000%, Half Ready. Yep. Right, Connie Corso. It's a water key for commercial buildings. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Pet stores will not be hit first. Baby chicks, ducks, and fish, along with food and antibiotics. That is a very good statement there, L2. That's right. Absolutely. She said, just order the water, Bob. I know that's right. Way to go, she said. Yep, that's right. Prep for your animals, prep for your pets, animals, all that good stuff. Right. Loving Life said put your fuel in 5 gallons, 5 gallon containers with some stabilizer, and you won't have to go out to get fuel. That's absolutely right. Prep fuel. If that's what you need, prep it. Yep, absolutely. Um, but folks, it's going to be ugly. You are going, especially if, oh, y'all just don't understand. The good Lord, the hair I don't have stood up and the cup jingle jangled away, and the CEO is on it. If you listen, and if you don't hear that amazing pour, there you go. Cup comes back full. Thank you, my dear. How are you? You see the puppy dogs looking like, hi, Mom. How are you? Cole's laying right here. You okay? What you do? Nothing. I love you. Tell everybody hi. Hola. The COO says hola, and as she walks away, Cole gets up and walks away with her. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's speaking. Yes. Good evening, COO. Hola. Tuck, good to see you. Yep. And that's just it. And the thing is, y'all, it's gonna be ugly, it's gonna be truthful, and it's gonna be eye-opening. And don't go into it thinking, oh, it'll be okay. I'll be able, your spidey senses, your discernment, everything should kick in, and trust nobody that you do not know. Yeah. Rule said, if I was to join the looters side, I'm hitting the library, the auto parts store. That's right. Yep. Or the craft store. First place I'm going, Rule, is the library. Yes, definitely. He said, your cup may be up there jingle jangling if you're lucky someday. Dave said, ¿Cómo está? Absolutely. Yes, yes. Faith, I highly suggest you get one as soon as you can and take a class if you need to and if you can. Yep. Yes, indeed. But yeah, y'all, Skull. And by the way, the Four Horsemen ride tonight on the Roaming Preppers channel right after my live at 7:45. If you have not subscribed to the Roaming Preppers channel, please do so. If I have any moderators in the building, please drop a link to the Roaming Preppers Four Horsemen tonight. I would much appreciate it if you can. If you can. Yeah. But yeah, the library is a great place to go. Yep, Faith 9 mil. Please and thank you. Yes. Yardbird said, best advice my mother gave me was, there's only one person in this world you can trust, son, and that's your mom. And she is not lying, because that is the number one on the list to trust. Yep. Yep. But keep in mind, y'all, if the grid goes down, everything goes down. How are you going to take care of sanitation? And I don't mean trash that, is consumed and made from us, but how are you going to deal with waste disposal? Please, waste disposal can kill you if not maintained. Please. If you have to dig a latrine, dig it way far from the house, and do what you need to do because it needs to be done and managed. It is a thankless job, but it is one of the most important jobs that you're going to have to deal with. Yeah. Security. Exactly, Robert. And by the way, welcome in, Robert. Yeah, build an outhouse. That's right. Build an outhouse. We're a month in, no power. You better have an outhouse. Pink hibiscus. Good to see you. How are you? Welcome in. And that's just it, y'all. These are things that are going to happen. You're going to have to assign duties to everybody in the household that is there. You know, if you have a garden or livestock, that's going to have to be protected because either people around you or people that come across where you live and is hungry um, are going to want some of those animals to eat and feed their family. That's right, rescue. Get your own septic tank and field lines. That's right. Absolutely, without a doubt. Yep. That's right, Jammer. Tell them. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail, according to Benjamin Franklin. That is correct. Yep, she said, I'm looking for a burn barrel. It's easy. Get you a 55-gallon metal, steel, aluminum barrel, punch holes in the bottom of it, and there you go. Absolutely. Burn, baby, burn. We love you too, Faith, for sure, without a doubt. Rabbit said, I own lagoon on my homestead. Exactly. And that's just it. Yep, exactly, Robert. Keep lime to treat the waste, lime, kitty litter, whatever it may be. You may have to end up burying it. I highly suggest you bury it deep and cover it up. Yep. But, those are some of the things. Compost toilet works. That's right, Rule. Those are the things we have to think about when the grid is gone. Toilets don't flush, faucets don't run unless you have, a well. How you going to power your well pump? Figure it out, folks. Got to figure it out. Um, yep, exactly. Smoking swamp. Store pool shock for long term. Not chlorine. It dilutes over time. It does. Pool shock does not because it's in powder form. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, y'all, those are the things that need to be taken care of before we experience a major grid down. Major could mean it's your neighborhood, it is your city, it's your state. That's major. Anything more than 5-day grid down is major, in my opinion. But we gotta make sure that we're prepared for a long-term grid down. Half Ready said, Katrinka, he hopes you brought cookies. Yeah, there you go. And by the way, welcome in, Katrinka. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Um, folks, I'm serious. The ugly truth of grid down, you're going to see things that you won't be able to unsee. How are you going to deal with the 7-year-old that knocked on your door and they're hungry? We got to think about that. Who else is out there that's with them that wants your door open so they can kick it in and come get what you have worked your entire life to get and or protect? It just, those are the things you got to deal with. Hi, Jules, welcome in. Good to see you, Jules. How you be? How you doing? Um, folks, these are the hard, ugly truths we're going to have to deal with in the long-term grid down. Can you lock down your house, your apartment, your property? Yeah. Tuck said pool shock runs about $38 at Walmart. Note the protocols for using it to treat drinking water were updated. There you go. Yeah. And we got to do it, y'all. We got to get ready for this just in case. I say we're going to experience it, if not this year, next year. And I've been saying that for 2 years. I hope we never have to experience a major grid down. I truly hope we don't. There's some things I got to finish doing around here that will handle and or help handle a long-term grid down. I just got to get this stuff done. Yep. But Stealing Tree said, give the kid a McDonald's gift card. Yeah. Rip Curl, good to see you, my brother. How you doing? Hope you had a great day. Hope the family's doing well. We're just talking about the ugly truth of grid down. Folks, it is going to be pandemonium. There will be so much turmoilcy and mayhemicness going on. Yeah, and OVP, you're right. Your personal grid may go down because you can't afford it anymore. That's right. With the skyrocketing electric bills, it just yeah, folks are hurting. Things are getting uglier by the moment. So, it's just a matter of when versus if. We all need to be prepared and continue to do the things. But, like I always say, stay within your budget. Don't go out and, run up all the credit cards and all that craziness. Um, you never know. Yeah. Rabbit said, none of us are where we need to be for a full SHTF grid down zombie apocalypse. He said, but I digress. You're right, Rabbit, and that's why we're talking about it. I just want to get people thinking about what needs to get done, where you would be at, what we need, what we would like to do. East Tennessee Preparedness. Good evening, my brother. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope Rosie is doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, but the hard truth is you're right, Rabbit. We are not ready for a full blown SHTF event. We're not. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Cole, welcome in. Good to see you. Hello. The toilet flushing will be least of my worries. These gangs will be hitting. Exactly. You're right, Cole. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. We you got to protect what you got. Yep. Awesome, Rob. That's right. Put that truck to work, bruh. Get them extra dollars. We got to do what we can to get what we need. Truth. As long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. Absolutely. But folks, the ugly truth is none of us are ready for a complete grid down. I don't care how much you prep. Um, but we have to be mentally prepared, physically prepared, and spiritually prepared for sure. Yeah, that's right. Exactly, Boone. You don't let folks in your driveway. And yeah, we're working on that to fix that. Show Intel, good to see you. By the way, for all of the members, thank you for joining me for the live stream. And all the members on Patreon, I know you can't access the video, so I'm going to create a special one just for y'all so that you too can get on the top secrets that I shared with everybody that so kindly became a member. Yeah, yeah, yep. Boone said we lose our power every winter up to 14 days. Yeah, hey, that's a personal SHTF. But keep in mind, no water, no grocery stores, no internet, no lights. No police, no fire, mayhem everywhere, turmoil sea abound, people looting, people doing whatever they need to do to survive. Make sure you stay out the way and stay where you need to be. Plain and simple. With your loved ones, with your mag, with your group, with your peoples. And we can all ride out this storm. But, you know, communications, you got to figure it out. Is there a solution? Probably. You got to figure it out. We have a comms, we have a no comms plan. That's the biggest thing. No comms plan. That's what's happening. And Rip, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And if evening Gypsy, good to see you. How are you? How you be? If I'm not mistaken, I think Rip said, oh yeah, Rip said, in many ways, people who live in second and third world countries are far better off and ready to survive grit down of any kind of collapse. Absolutely. If you don't believe me, ask the Amish in these great republics. Yeah. Yeah. Third world countries with no power. Yeah. No reliable electricity. They're living. Yeah. Yeah. So, we got to do take care, Tuck. CJ, the preparing prepper. Good to see you. Welcome, man. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Um, no problem. Don't worry about being late. You're here. That's all that counts. Again, the Four Horsemen ride at 7:45 on the Roaming Preppers channel, folks. But the thing to remember, folks, we gotta stay calm to the ability that we can. That's why we plan, we pray, and we prep. Put your plans into action, pray, and then practice what we planned. That's the only way. Yep. Exactly, little lone prepper. Watch and learn ways that people lived in the late 1800s and during the Depression. Absolutely. Absolutely. For those of us that have gardens, I hope you're canning or freeze drying or dehydrating all of those fruits and vegetables because they're going to come into play. And if you have a garden, if you have a livestock, you have to secure that and protect it from looters. Plain and simple. And again, security. You may have to pull a 24-hour detail amongst yourselves, your family, your group, your mag, whatever it may be, just to keep everybody safe. Yeah. That's right. Advert and breathe. Yeah. Yep. Breathe. Yeah. Plain and simple. And drink some coffee. Skull. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly, Tuck. 5-gallon buckets will hold water. That'll hold 5 gallons of water. And if you got a bunch of them, you got water. And that's the thing. Get a water bob, get whatever you need for your bathtubs. Because as soon as the grid goes down, start filling them bad boys up. Because the water will stop running and the gas will stop flowing if you're connected to public utilities. Plain and simple. JD said when you're pressure canning and you have an extra space, fill it full of water and canned your water. Look at there. Looky there. I really, really, really hope we never experience it because it's going to be bad. It is definitely going to be bad. Take care, loving life. Appreciate you for stopping in. Stay safe and keep on prepping. It is going to get chaotic quickly. OVP, Good to see you, my brother. I think it'll be a slow burn because the normal people, it's going to take them a couple days to figure out what's going on. Exactly, little lone prepper. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable, it'll tell you where you are in the mindset for sure. Um, it's okay. That's right. That's right, CJ. Right. Agree. Don't store empty jars. I save all glass jars. That's right. Same here. Same here. Michael Wolf, welcome in. 5-gallon bucket with some good fertilizer and dirt you can grow vegetables inside your house. You are absolutely right, my friend. Absolutely right. You may have to be forced to grow indoors, depending on, the area, where you're at, and what's going on. Yes, indeed. Heat is going to be hard for folks, especially with a grid down in the summertime and in the wintertime, cold. You know, I don't like being cold, and I got no problem layering up. Um, yep, exactly. Portable radios and batteries, the crank radios, what NOAA weather, you know. If you have ham radios, charge up your batteries. Those may be the only way you can gather information or be able to talk to um, people. Yeah. CUCV Farmer said, I'm a member of a Facebook group that having a practice grid down towards the end of October. Cold War prepping is a mod in the group. Nice. Yeah. And I highly suggest y'all do it. Do it for a weekend, do it for a day, 24 hours. Turn off, go down to your electrical box and kill the power to your house and see how you survive. Yeah. Put some of that stuff in practice and go from there and learn how to do it. See how it feels. I guarantee you, and I'm just telling you because I know I've gone a couple of winters without turning on the furnace. The only way to heat the house was through the wood burning fireplace, some space heaters, and just test it. It messes with your mind. It'll change your attitude. You've got to be aware of that stuff, the mentality of it. Tempers can get short within the group. So you got to learn how to manage that as well. Um, yeah, those are the things that we all have to work through and understand. Ascentine85, welcome in. She asked, has anyone else noticed you used to have a sign tights to privacy away at free events, and now um, even for the paid events, your rights away. So I paid. You used to have to sign rights to privacy away at free events, and now even for the paid events. I haven't come across that, but you never know. It doesn't surprise me. Um, and that's the thing you got to do. Yep, I'm with you. Yes, indeed. Same here. CUCV. Yes. Pink hibiscus. Yep. Ohio. OH. That's right. Welcome in. Good to see you. Yep. We are in the great state of OHIO. And those are some good stuff. But folks, I'm telling you now, these are just some things to think about. I'm not spreading fear porn or fear mongering. I'm trying to get y'all to think and understand and begin to put in place plans and or preps that you may need. Exactly, Robert. Vinegar to pickle things, absolutely. Especially things of high acidity. Yes. Yep. Exactly. We got to do, we got to do. But I just want everybody to be prepared and to be thinking about these, the ugly truths. Sanitation is going to be horrible unless you manage it. People are going to be horrible. Manage them. Looting is going to be rampant. Nobody's coming to save you. And you may come across unalived people and or smells that will make you choke. And we all need to understand that and be as prepared for things like that as we can. Yeah, your fur nephew is gone. He's hanging out with his mama somewhere in the house. And yeah, yep. And, you know, it's amazing of how we've gotten used to having electricity. So let's just say this country is so connected to the internet. If you have remote door locks, other electronics that are connected to the internet in your house, door locks, refrigerators, all that mess, it's going down. What are you going to do? We got to figure it out. All right, Katrinka, I will tell Cole that. Cedric and Pitten say woof, and he says rough. Yeah, please. Yep, exactly. Yep, brining meats. Preserve your meats. Learn how to preserve meat, folks, without refrigeration. I was looking at that. I want to build a smokehouse. All of that good stuff. I'm with you, LM. Right. We're going to be okay. But it's not us we got to worry about. It's them that aren't prepared for it that we got to deal with it. Yep. And those are the things that we're going to have to contend with. Yep. Pink Hibiscus said, I'm just processing what you said about not turning on the furnace. Yeah, we've got a wood burning stove in the basement, and I'm looking for one to put upstairs in the fireplace upstairs, and that way we can heat the house by wood without turning on the furnace. Yeah, and the worst has gotten down. The coldest has gotten in the winter in the house was like 62 degrees. So, um, there you go. But you know, figure it out, folks. Figure it out, or at least think about it. Make a plan. Write it down. Exactly, JD. Yeah, Chuck Norris uses his treadmill to power his house. Exactly. Yep. Yep. And if you have frozen food and it's in the wintertime, put it outside. Put it in the cooler, put it outside. It'll be just fine. Yeah. Yep. I'm with you on that, OVP. We turned our gas off for the furnace 2 years ago. Exactly. 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 But we got the four horsemen. We ride in 15 minutes on the Roaming Preppers channel. I hope this helped or at least got folks thinking about the ugly truth of grid down. You're going to see unalived bodies long term. You're going to see gangs looting and robbing and stealing. You're going to see children, elderly people, families that are just going to be decimated and may not survive. Um, and that's sad, but that is the truth. Yeah. So, with that, I want to thank everybody. You guys are awesome. Some great comments. Do me a couple of favors, folks. If you haven't already, smash the like button because nobody on YouTube, nobody at YouTube likes us. We're shadow banned left, right, and sideways and everything else. Share this out. Share this out so somebody you're trying to get an extra can of sardines and 2 bottles of water so they can watch this as well. And afterwards, come back and leave a comment. Yeah, TDDR, good to see you. Come back, leave a comment. I don't care what you put in there, leave a comment so that YouTube at least says, oh, yeah, they're over there doing something. So, we may boost them a little bit in the algorithm. Yeah. Right, Rob? Warriors, come out and play. Great movie. And if you're not old enough to remember that movie, go look it up on Tubi or somewhere else and watch it. Always, Yardbirds, I appreciate you and everybody else in the chat. And remember this, folks. Keep on prepping because your family is depending on you, and it depends on your life. God bless everybody. Have an amazing evening. We'll see y'all over at the Four Horsemen, the Roaming Prepper. And until then, stay safe, stay prepped, and stay strapped. Good night, everybody, and God bless. The time is now.